In the days that followed Superstorm Sandy, many were faced with the difficult task of finding gas to power their cars and generators. Many gas stations around the region ran out. Many more had no power to pump the gas. Now, a plan is in place to make sure that that never happens again. FiOS 1's Matt Giacomo has more from New Hyde Park.
They were some of the most memorable images after Hurricane Sandy battered our shores. People lined up at gas stations with red canisters in hand, waiting for a chance to fill up.
Well, they were not open because they didn't have power.
There was a fuel shortage. As many stations sat in the dark, the ones that had electricity couldn't keep up with the demand.
There was no power, there was no backup batteries, there were no resources, actually, and people were getting upset with us as if we shut the power off.
Now, Senators Schumer and Gillibrand want to make sure New York State won't let this occur again, as $5.1 million in federal funds are being made available to gas station owners to purchase and install backup generators at approximately $10,000 per station. The money will be available to those stations within a half-mile of a highway exit or hurricane evacuation route, and will help them offset the cost of the equipment, which is now required by law. After Hurricane Sandy, people on Long Island became desperate for any fuel that they could find. But if a gas station was sitting in the dark on full tanks, there was still no way to pump.
Everybody on Long Island had the same problem, and I think that the feds should cough up some of this New York Rising money and put generators into these gas stations.
We were out for 8 days. We had over 30,000 gallons of fuel, and nobody could supply a generator for us at the time.
Doug Dawson is co-owner of Norman's Auto Service in New Hyde Park. The station meets the grant requirements and currently has no backup generator. Dawson wants the assurance that the money is going to the right place.
And they can't assure us yet if generators would be available at the point in time if there was another emergency. As long as the backup power can be supplied, because then you can hook it up immediately and then we can supply all the people with what they need.
The new law requires most gas stations on Long Island to install those generators by April of this year, regardless of whether they have chosen to take part in the funding program. In New Hyde Park, Matt Giacomo, FiOS 1 News.